I thought I'd take the time to make a video about my first firearm that I ever owned. And this has not been acquired the traditional way. I guess you'd have to kind of know my family history to know how it works, but we don't really give stuff to each other all the time. We're like, oh, this is yours. Stuff kind of gets passed down from family member to family member throughout the years. It says on it, Springfield, Savage Arms Corporation, Westfield, Massachusetts, USA, Model 120A, 22 short, long, or long rifle. And this is a single shot in the truest sense. You cannot put a magazine in it, and then one of these plunger type hammers. Now the history on this gun, I believe that it was my grandfather's. And the land I'm on now used to be owned by my grandfather. So he originally purchased this to use on this land. I'm not sure how old this gun is. I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say, judging by what it looks like, probably the 1940s or the 1950s. Long story short, it went from my grandpa to my uncle to my brother to me, and it's been here and there throughout the family. But now, all these years later, hey, it's mine. And you're probably wondering, what's the deal here? Well, that's a trigger guard that I took off because I had another firearm that needed a trigger guard that this fit on, and it was in better shape than this, and this is something I don't use. And this thing is really rigged up because for the longest time this wouldn't fire correctly, and there's kind of like a little strap of steel or aluminum or whatever that is that's been around there, and it's got a little tack nail in place into the wood, and then it's just all put together. But this thing is so accurate. And the wood used to be more of a beautiful walnut, but it was all scratched up. And somewhere along the lines, maybe 25 years ago, when I first kind of acquired it, I sanded it off. I don't know what I was thinking, and I never finished it. But here it is. This thing is old. You can only put one in at a time. But I put so many tens of thousands of rounds through this thing as a kid that when I pick it up to this day, it feels as natural as it ever did. So I was at the gun store a few days ago. They had these boxes here, 500 rounds, Blazer, $25.99. I thought, hey, that's a pretty good price. How about I get some of these and pull out the old 22? Now, if you don't know anything about these Blazer, these 40 grain lead round nose stuff, essentially what they are is they are mini mags that don't have the copper plating. That's all they are. Everything else is the same quality. And basically $2.59 a box is what this would come down to for 50 rounds. That's a good deal. So I'm going to shoot a few rounds at this. I'm going to shoot a few rounds with this at 50 yards and see how I do. Now, it's been a really long time since I fired this gun. I used to use it for pest control. My grandfather hunted with it, my uncle hunted with it, my brother hunted with it. Who knows how many animals have fallen to this rifle. But I got my steel plate out there, my 9 by 13 inch steel plate, 50 yards. Let's see how this shoots at my steel plate. It's hitting it quick. It's hitting it so fast you can't really hear it hit. Yeah, no problem. Believe it or not, I've never really grouped this on paper. All the years I had it, I would just shoot, I guess, plinking. Let me see how it groups at about 7 yards. Don't know when it's been cleaned last. So, Not a great grouping. It's about the size of a quarter at 7 yards. It shoots all right though. So, get a decent little pop around group here. The shoulder is what it is. So that's my first gun. Nothing spectacular about it, but it's got a history on it that's amazing. So I'd never sell it. Not that it's worth anything. It's probably worth 30 bucks or something. But you know, it's still a good little pest control gun. You know, something you want to take out that you can get dirty or throw around or go through a barn or something like that, or something you can put the muzzle right up against without worrying about, you know, getting blood on it or something like that with pests and all that. So it's a good little knockaround gun. Guess you consider it a truck gun, but hey, I like it. It's my first gun, so I just want to share that. So thanks for watching.